Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to an all-new episode of Point of View. Coming up, some shocking news out of Mississippi. A young black student was found hanging from a tree at Delta University. But here's the part raising eyebrows. Campus police says there's no evidence of foul play. That's a heavy one. Yup. But later, we'll be back with Girlfriend's Guide and Mind, Body, and Soul with today's co-host, Ree and Danielle. Welcome back, ladies. Hey. So pull up a seat, join the discussion. You're watching POV. A black student by the name of I had this right before, Demartravion Trey Reed was found hanging from a tree on Delta State University's campus in Mississippi. Several social media posts have alleged that Reed had 2 broken legs and additional injuries that would have made it impossible for him to hang himself. Now, officials say there's no evidence of foul play, even though rumors online are saying the opposite. Well, what y'all have to say?
If he have 2 broken legs, how would he hang himself?
This is allegedly.
Correct.
2 broken arms, bruises, and a broken leg.
Correct. Every time when it's something like this that happens to a black man, it's no foul play ever. Like even when they found that little boy at that school and he was rolled up in the mat and stuff like that, it's never
full
no
of
foul
straw
play.
or some paper or something because all the insides had been taken.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, well, when does the foul come in? Because what do you call it?
And I really find it funny that when it comes to us, it's no questions asked. It's no using our thinking caps and be like, you know what, 2 and 2 not making 4. Something's wrong. Yeah. And hanging people in 2025 is insane.
Yeah. Well, they're saying that they possibly are going to rule it a suicide because they, at this point, do not have any suspects.
So they got no cameras on their university.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not going to have any suspects because, sad to say, it's probably one of their children, first and foremost, if not them themselves. But hanging is so much more common than, it is widely talked about. There's so many crimes that happen every day that just aren't being publicized, maybe because of the narrative that they're trying to push on a certain place and they don't want to make it like a high crime or suicide or death or hangings like that. But, I was just so bothered by this situation. It's another young person's life, at a university on top of that, a place that he went to get a higher education. But not only that, when I was looking it up, I saw that Mississippi in 2020 had reported only 57 hangings. Only 57. Only 57. While Texas had 1,100, 1,050. Wow. So what that's showing to me also is that Mississippi seems to be a really tight-knit state community where they are focused on and successfully pushing the narrative, whether it's through the coroners, the police, however it is, that they're only letting out the information because from 2 racist states, you know what I'm saying? For it to be over 1,000 and then 57?
Yeah. Well, many people don't consider it to be racist states.
Sure.
Because also Mississippi historically is known as the #1 state that had lynchings. The number one state, okay, and you were talking about like 1157, the number one state, this is historical. We didn't write the history book.
Again, 2 and 2 ain't equaling 4.
It is not. And I mean, I don't know of anyone, I haven't heard stories of someone like hanging themselves in public. Usually that's like they do that in private.
Yeah.
So that's like kind of odd that would even like be proposed that it's suicide.
Right.
And then you're on a tree.
How would you, if you broke your own legs?
If that's true,
If that's
the
true,
coroner's saying that's not the case.
If you broke your own legs,
Yes.
and you weren't, first of all, how do you break your legs already in the air?
I don't know.
Second, if you broke your own legs, how did you
Climb up.
said tree
Yes. Yes.
to hang yourself
Yes.
while your leg was broke?
I'd also like to interject that Mississippi is known as the Bible Belt, okay? And this is where it's like really starch Christianity, where the most heinous crimes against humanity has happened, such as the hangings, the lynchings, burning bodies, etc. I just wanted to interject that.
Okay, so I do get what you're saying, but where are you going?
Well, what
that's
I'm
what
saying
I'm
is the
trying to see.
hypocrisy.
Yeah.
The hypocrisy of saying that, yeah, we're Christian, we love God, but then this is where the heinous crimes are occurring against humanity.
Wow.
I mean, that doesn't line up.
Yeah,
And what I'm trying to say is that we keep saying, like, there's this narrative about this Christian, but it's not lining up with the word of God, and no one seems to want to call it out.
Yeah.
And if they do, they're in trouble for calling out, but this is the word of God. This is what you say that you follow, but why aren't your actions and your words in line with it? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'll have me start thinking on a whole another different level.
Listen.
yeah. Maybe they over there praying to white Jesus. And he has maybe he's got different stipulations. I don't know, but the one that the Bible speaks of that had the bronze skin and the woolly hair, I don't know, but they are praising white Jesus.
So there you have it.
Next caller.
All right, moving on. Now we know parents all have well, first of all, I want to say, our condolences to his family, his friends, those who love him. Because one thing for sure I'm realizing, everybody has somebody that loves them.
Yeah.
And everybody is somebody's child. And their death deserves to be respected.
He deserves justice.
And to have justice as well.
Absolutely.
All right, moving on. Now we know parents have their own version of tough love. But when does it cross the line? Would champion Terrence Crawford's mom, world champion Terrence, I'm in another world today. See, all this stuff, I'm telling you, all this past 2 weeks has been so emotional, I know for me, because I was having a time earlier today, because all these killings, all the hypocrisy, all the right and wrong is right, and all the things we're accepting, it's really taken a toll emotionally, because, I mean, where is God in this?
Yeah.
And that's what I want to know. World champion Terrence Crawford's mom just admitted she used to offer kids $10 if they could beat him up, and even told him he'd never amount to anything. Take a look.
His dad said we got $1 million baby boy.
My dad used to tell my mom I was gonna be a world champ.
I told him he wouldn't be.
You kept telling him, "Are you never going to amount to anything?" Did you really believe it?
Some things that I said to him, I wanted him to be a man.
Anything that I ever did, I just wanted to win so bad so I can prove a point to her.
I paid the kids, I said, if y'all can whoop Bud, I give y'all $10 a piece. Could none whoop him.
Tough love. Is it ever justified if it risks like hurting your child emotionally or physically?
No, how she's talking, that's just like one of them nasty.
She like the mama for
parents.
Precious.
Correct. The
Woo!
nasty parents that's
Precious.
just unhappy with themselves and they're trying to project it on them kids. They be mad at the baby daddy and mad because they can't have that baby daddy how they want him, and then they take it out on that little boy. That's what be going on. Because why would you tell your kid you want to amount to nothing, and then you try to pay other kids to beat him up? And she want to offer him $10 to beat her kid up, and now he done just beat somebody else for 10 mils. So now you see how that work? Now, Bud, I know you look like you might got a forgiving heart, but yeah, I'm gonna give it none.
But he's the world champion now.
The fact that they could even,
He's the world champion.
I respect the fact that they can reconcile now.
Yeah.
but I don't think I could operate in that type of toxic environment. Like I come from a very loving, like my parents affirmed me. Like I can't imagine being in that situation where your parent or parents are always like coming down on you and just nothing positive is coming out of that environment. Like it can go one or two ways. Either you thrive because you're like, I'm gonna prove them wrong, or it takes you in a whole nother way. It messes up children mentally, physically, emotionally. Like I can't even, I'm glad he like flipped the script on her and like was able to really like go past that and make something of himself. But I was even cringing just kind of listening to what she was saying, and the fact that even after that, after he was doing so many things, he was just like, I just want to hear her say, I'm proud. I'm proud of you.
And she couldn't even say that. I love you.
Or I love you.
I love you. Like,
but
that's
even
crazy.
look how she was just saying it. Her whole body language. She's meaning it right now, how she's saying it. You know what I'm saying?
And she's like, what I said made a champion. So I did the right thing.
And then imagine when a man gets older, he's probably still trying to prove a point to her just to hear those words. So he probably not even realizing that he's really a world champion right now because he really just a little boy who want his mother to be proud of him.
And as he was saying that, you could hear the inner child and the inner pain in him. And it is so sad to see, but at the end of the day, even if you never hear it from your mama, Terrence, you have the whole world. You have fans all over the world that love you. You have a loving spouse. They have 6 or 7 children together, and so I hope that sustains him enough, and that he has a better, more positive reason to fight now. And I think as parents in general, our goal is to raise children that don't need therapy. And sometimes I'll still be back like, oh God, they might need to be on the couch for that. But it's just a mess. But she seemed like someone that must have battled with some sort of addiction or something. I don't know if it was alcohol, but something was going on.
Wow. I think though it seems like this validates her whole mindset, because now he's the world champion.
If I wouldn't have pushed her, he would never be enough.
Exactly. So
you showed him what he didn't want, and what that was determined he wasn't going to be that kind of parent, and that's why he's a good parent.
Is he?
Well, I'm assuming. That's what they said. He's there he doesn't miss things. So.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
Well, we have to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we will talk about privacy versus oversharing in Girlfriend's Guide coming up right after this. Stay tuned. This is POV.
Hey y'all, thank you for hanging out with us on this quick commercial break. We have a question for you guys at home as well as one for us at the table. And the question is, what's one principle that you live by that no matter what you will not bend on?
A man can never put his hand on me. Ever.
I think, was it Crystal that said something like that yesterday?
That I'm just.
That was Shirley. Shirley said
no
that.
way.
Oh, Shirley,
That's it. No.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your deal breaker?
I don't know. I'm over here thinking it's a tough question.
I would say a principle that I cannot bend on is Jesus. To me, there's no flex space with that. And I just think it's important in relationships, friendships, and if you can in business, to be equally yoked if we're trying to go towards, a common goal. But, Jesus for me, baby, I respect everybody where they at, baby, but every knee shall bow and every tongue connected to me shall confess that Jesus is Lord.
In the text today.
Hey, hallelujah. You got one, Raquel?
Well, I had put it on my book yesterday. Following Up, The Unstoppable Journey of a Tear. You can get it on Amazon. I talk about all of that. But yeah, there's some principles. I totally agree with Jesus. I think the bending, sometimes we bend for relationships, or someone say, well, I'm spiritual, but no, it just cannot be an option. It just cannot. So I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, you guys let us know in the comments what is one life principle that you are not bending on, and don't go nowhere. We'll be right back to the show in just a few moments.
Welcome back. Now it's time to get into all things love, life, relationships, and everything in between. Let's get into Girlfriend's Guide. Wow, well, let's talk about something a lot of women have struggled with: privacy versus oversharing in relationships. Could keeping certain things private actually protect your love life? Or are we doing more harm by holding back? Where do you draw the line? What's too much to share with friends, family, or online? Well, that's just healthy and just healthy boundaries. What are they? Can oversharing actually damage a relationship?
Of course
Absolutely.
it can.
Too much information.
Yeah, but
telling too much.
And it goes by, it's so many things that can damage it. Like, say, like, if you and your spouse is going through something.
Yes.
Okay, you don't like him today, so you call your favorite cousin, your sister, and you vent.
Yeah.
Now, just because you may fall in love with him tonight and like him tomorrow, that doesn't mean that she's going to be accepting to that because she loves you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Whole family hate him now.
Correct. Now everybody hates him. You know? So it's like you have that. And then even if you show you're too happy, everybody is not happy for you. So then jealousy and envy is come in. So then what? Now they want to screw your man. You know?
Oh,
you
Lord.
never know.
Happen.
You never
Yeah,
know.
because people be oversharing about that part when they be wanting to
Yes,
see the man.
and it's like,
part.
especially like sexually, I would never share that a
Or what
man
he
has
does
good
for
or
you.
did.
That's
I'm
what I'm
never
saying.
nothing.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Right.
He sucks.
He can't do nothing right.
Nothing.
Like,
But it's sad you even have to be careful about, like, if you're happy about, like, what your man does, like him sending you gifts or giving you flowers every week. Like, girls be like, oh, yeah, I want him to do that for me. But you also have to remember what somebody will do for one person does not mean they'll do it for you. But people see that, oh, well, he doing all that for her, like, you know, da-da-da. And it's sad that it has to be like that, but it really happens like that.
What's sad to me is that you have to keep happiness to yourself. Like, you can't, like, show I'm happy because people are not happy about that.
Literally.
If my life has to get to that point, baby, me and my man or me and my friend or me and my mama, whoever I can't share about, we're going to just move to a little cave in the mountains somewhere, baby, because I cannot be surrounded by people where I have to censor my happiness. And I pray that all of us are just taken from that place and that consciousness. Like, it's so suffocating.
Yeah. That's very suffocating, but it's so realistic now. And it's just really like it is what it is, because you just know.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell somebody a story or start telling somebody a story, and I can look in their face and I can watch everything change in their face, and I'm just smiling now. And actually, I don't have nothing else to say because I know that you are feeling a way about what I am saying.
And I used to be a person that overshared a lot. Like, I just naturally, I talk too much.
Me too. Yeah.
And so back in the day, I did. Like, I'm an only child, so I used to share a lot with my parents. Again, when you good, the parents like, don't like them.
Exactly.
So, you know, I had to, you know, even friends, like telling friends business, going through problems, certain things. And I had to reel that back and be like, okay, like, what can we do to focus and handle this within before you get to going and telling your business and all of that? Because at the end of the day, you're dealing with your situation. So whether it's you sick or something and you ready to leave, my best friend used to tell me, you'll leave when you're ready.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, at the end of the day, like, certain things you have to deal with yourself. And if you need to, like, talk to somebody, cool. But, like, you have to, unfortunately, you have to watch how much you divulge because you never know, like, it can be detrimental.
Yeah, and I think one thing that God was dealing with me about recently is, you know, I'm an oversharer as well. I like to think that I am an open book, you know, but sometimes, baby, you got to close that thing on up, put it back on the shelf. And, you know, I realized that even spiritually, that the same way we should be able to, you know, hold some of our own secrets and our own truths as well as our friends and our loved ones, but also God has secrets that he needs to be able to tell us. And if we're constantly oversharing, now he got to find somebody else that can keep their mouth closed, because if he tell you might go let it out too early.
Yeah, that's true though.
Yeah.
That's really true.
Yeah, I've been asking God lately, like, God, if I'm about to talk too much, just let the word just be a ball in my throat, and it be happening until I be. Oh, I got to stop talking, baby. God's telling me it's around. Shut up.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, some people think that oversharing can be considered emotional cheating.
You think so?
Is that something?
If-
Well, people say
it depends who you sharing it with.
Ah.
If you're gonna be sharing about me with your ex, baby, we got a problem.
Well,
What? No.
what if they ex they safe space?
Okay, say go right over that.
Some
then.
people real cool. Some people real cool with their
So
exes.
get back over that.
When they
then.
said, tell your mama, since you know
That's a
it
different
all.
perspective because they know you in that setting, in that situation, how you are in a relationship.
Go with that ex, baby.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. Some people overshare, share everything.
Yeah, and I just feel
then-
like even like for my friends, like I tell them, you can't call my phone and tell me about a problem 50 times. I'm 33 years old. I can't be dealing with that. I'm 33. Okay, I use that for everything. Call me when you're really trying to get to a solution because I'm not the person. You're not gonna worry me. Dump this stress on me, and then you're finna go lay up. I'm not doing that. I'm not until I'm 33 years old.
Okay.
For real. So don't overshare with me. No. Because what are we doing? You know, if you're crying and you need me, okay, cool.
Yes.
But it ain't just gonna be bull crap on my phone all the time about the same situation. I'm not.
Let me tell you what he did today.
I'm not doing that.
So you saying if you're not doing something about it,
Don't call
if you're
me.
not going to change, there's no solution, don't come talk
Unless
to me
you
over
crying
and
and you really need me.
Yeah.
But you're not calling me about the same thing all the time. I'm not doing that. 33 years old.
You use that for everything.
For real, for everything. No.
Oh my gosh. All right, she's 33 years old, y'all. Okay? So don't be coming to her with that mess.
I'm telling you.
All right, moving on to our next segment. This is the part of the show where we slow down and focus on what matters, our peace, our growth, and our purpose. Welcome to Mind, Body, and Soul. Let's talk about apologies and why saying I'm sorry doesn't always mean you're wrong. Sometimes it just means you care more about the relationship than your ego. So when is it better to swallow your pride and apologize? And when should you stand your ground?
I'm apologizing when I'm wrong.
Oh.
I'm not apologizing just to make you feel comfortable.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why? If I just say I'm sorry when I'm not sorry, just to end the conversation, that's not fair because it's a lie.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sincere and apologize when I'm wrong.
So I feel that, but I also feel like in certain situations, sometimes just because you said something and you meant it a certain way doesn't mean it didn't come off or like someone interpreted it different.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can apologize and be like, I'm sorry for that, how that made you feel, or like,
Yes.
I apologize because that's not how I meant it. So, certain things like
that.
So you're not like, because I agree with you. I'm not apologizing if I don't mean it. But like there's certain situations because things that we say can come off completely different to other people.
Right.
And so, I never want to be like somebody's feeling away and I'm just like, oh, well, I said what I said. It is what it is. When they like real deal, like, dang, like that hurt. Like,
But I see it that way. Like, I'm sorry for how that made you feel.
Yeah.
But I'm not sorry about what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not like an ego, and I'm just really not sorry because I really meant what I said. But if it hurt your feelings, I apologize for hurting your feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes they say that we can't be responsible for how someone receives it. How they receive it is how they receive it.
Yes and no.
No.
Yes and no.
Yes, okay. Yes and no.
Right. I'm right
As
there
a
with
Capricorn,
the
yes and no.
Okay.
There is that saying, and I think we said it yesterday. I don't know how it fit into the conversation, but anyways, it's the popular saying, it's not what you say, it's what they hear.
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah. And so same thing, how you say it.
Okay.
And so I feel like right now, it's so common that people are not intentional or thoughtful with their words. We just say whatever. There's so many cool terminology, and we're saying the next hip thing that now the words we using, baby, don't even mean the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it really does, it matters how you say it. It matters the context. And I know, like, with me, that's something that, has always bothered me because I feel like I've always been so intentional when I speak to people. And I really try to make sure that I'm using the right words and that I'm being intentional with my words, but also if I'm saying something wrong, that I'm swiftly correcting it. And I hate that I feel like that just doesn't happen for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just say, whatever, I got to accept it, whatever, I got to move on, whatever. And I thank God that God has fortified me to be able to just move on. But dang, baby, you can't take your time with me.
But you know what's so crazy though? 'Cause when I went to therapy, I do agree with that. But when I went to therapy, right?
Okay.
My therapist taught me that I only pay attention to certain words, right?
Okay.
And then I'm affected by the whole sentence when it's just one word. So a lot of people well, me, and I'm pretty sure that
A lot
other
of people. I know people.
they will, even if no matter what somebody say, you're going to focus,
good.
correct,
Yeah, on
or you're
that
going to
one
focus
word.
on that one word, and then now you're going to feel away when
Yeah.
you didn't even, you're not even studying the whole sentence that I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
That's
you know, you could say a paragraph to somebody, and they say a sentence,
Yeah.
and they meant a lot, but because it's not all what you wanted, then it could be like, no, you're not like me, or I give this. And sometimes we got to realize too, people only have a certain amount of capacity, you know, so they only can give what they can give, you know, and we got to stop expecting this type of capacity out of people who only can give you a little.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's true. But I also think that we should also be intentional
Yeah.
enough to find our people. Like, find your tribe, find your community.
Yeah.
You know, just like they say, the nerd squad, baby. Them nerds got to be with the nerds. They need people that speak their lingo. You know what I'm
Literally,
saying?
yeah.
And I think that sometimes we limit ourselves because we want to stay in our safe space and always with our family and always with the friends that we grew up with. But they can't go where you're going, you know. And even
Yeah.
doing this, you know, when I became a talk show host, I realized as smart as I thought I was, I didn't have enough words in my vocabulary. So I needed to learn new words so I could be up here with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In my Cardi B voice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Period.
Well, when is it like okay to apologize real quick, and when it's like to stand your ground?
It's always okay to apologize, but if you, like you said, it depends. But when you feel like either you did all you could in a situation and you feel like you just were not wrong, I feel like you don't have to apologize.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. But before we go, we'll leave you with a quote. The moment you take responsibility for everything in your life is the moment you gain the power to change anything in your life. All right. That's Hal Elrod. Elrod, thank you for hanging out with us on POV. Catch you Monday through Friday.